bang, bang, it's Vic Reeves. From The Apprentice, she's hired Katie Hopkins. And their captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, Northern Soul, Johnny Vegas. He's a bit pasty, Danny Dyer. And our new team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, the highest speed ever achieved on a bicycle was 166.94 miles per hour. It was recorded at a level crossing. Because the train hit the man. 18% of men check their tyre pressure every week. Yeah, that seems fine. The average age of naturists is 55. Sorry, that should read, sadly, the average age of naturists is 55. Right, let's get on with the show. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Jason and your team, you're up first. What have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it,
Paris.
Paris? Yeah, Paris Hilton. Paris was put in jail for drink driving, then she was released after 3 days, and then she got put back in jail again when the judge found out that she got out. So she's not best pleased. She's been on hunger strike as well for 25 years. Well,
she's taking that seriously.
Yes, she is.
She got out for psychological reasons, didn't she?
Yeah, I
Won't
think...
let her out, then they put her back.
I think she got out of prison, she managed to do it because she was depressed.
Yeah.
Which is extraordinary, because no one's elated.
It's incredible. There's nobody who feels sorry for her, do they?
Is that how you get out of prison, if you're depressed?
Mm. Yeah. If you don't like it, they go, oh, come on then.
With the drink driving thing, she claimed she didn't know she was banned from driving because someone else opens her post. She's too lazy to look at it herself.
I got pulled up for speeding, and he thought I'd stolen the car because I had a northern accent. And he asked me when I'd bought the car, and I told him I didn't know. He asked me when I'd passed my test, I told him I didn't know. He asked me what the insurance cost, I said I don't know, and to my eternal shame I said I have somebody who does that for me.
You've changed, Johnny.
I know.
Have you got a PA, Johnny?
She's more of a best friend that I pay to run my life. And she dresses me.
I don't think of anything worse than being your PA. 2 o'clock in the morning. I want a wagon wheel. Like, oh,
that's the Apprentice show I want to see. Come and work for Johnny Vegas. They all left on the first day.
Every morning, 4 o'clock, she gets a call. I've started another fire.
Shall we have a look and see whether Paris Hilton is one of the most talked about things this week? I have a feeling she might be.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. She's the most talked about thing this week. This is the story that Paris Hilton has been sent to jail. Paris is now on suicide watch, and Bill Oddie will be hosting. Fantastic. Sean, Katie, Vic, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it the Formula One kid, the super-duper new Formula One, British Formula One?
Oh, I heard about him, yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, and he's won a Grand Prix, and he's very fast. He's the new Michael Schumacher.
People are saying he could be the new Tim Henman if there's an accident. He never wins anything ever again. He's only 22, it's amazing. You watch Formula One, don't you?
No, not really.
OK,
no.
I'm glad I asked.
I think it's weird, people who watch Formula One. It's all right on the telly, but those people who spend loads of money to go to Monaco and watch it, just to stand there, hundreds of quid, just to go... Well, he was good when I hear that one. He was proper fast. I don't understand it. I don't know why you'd bother going.
Well, I quite like the fact that it's boring. A lot of people complain about Formula One, but I think it's one of its major pluses is the fact it's really boring. Because nothing can spoil it. You can do drilling, hoovering, you can go up, have a sleep, come back, you're still in the lead. You don't even need to watch the end. You just look at the podium, yeah, he won. Perfect, it's the most boring sport.
Let's have a look and see whether Lewis Hamilton, a British sporting hero, is one of the most talked about things this week.
Hey, number 2.
Yes, Yes, Lewis Hamilton has won his first Grand Prix, making him the youngest ever leader of the Formula One championship. It's a dangerous sport. Lewis stared death in the face before realising it was Bernie Ecclestone handing him a trophy. Jason, what else have the world been talking about this week?
Is it kids? No, every day in the paper for like last week, there's been a story about kids not being hard enough, or some bloke from ROSPA, the Royal Society of Prevention of Accidents, has said that kids should climb trees so that they break their wrist. I mean, he's in the wrong job, let's be honest. Right?
She worked for the Royal Society for the Promotion of Accidents.
I had a mate when I was at school, not showing off, and he was proper hard, always climbing trees and eating berries and stuff and chasing worms. And
Yeah, proper hard.
he was brilliant, you know what I mean? And he's dead now. But what 13 years, brilliant. You had a right laugh.
What we used to do is, which I think's fine, is get a scaffold pole and fire fireworks at each other. You know, it was great.
But you were brought up in Basra, right? If you're watching, don't try that at home. Do it outside.
When I was a lad, there was a gang, 'cause I lived in a little place in Manchester called Chorlton, and there was a gang called the Chorlton Bad Boy Club. And they used to graffiti the initials all over the place. CBBC was here. You got a tattoo of John Craven.
You've got kids, haven't you?
Yeah, I was at my daughter's 3rd birthday yesterday.
You went to that, that's nice, yeah. Well done.
Just remember. But I think, no, a bit of, you know, rough and tumble, a few bashes.
So you chuck them out of trees and...
No, but a few bashes. My daughter was in a full body plaster cast quite recently for 3 months.
What the fucking hell did you do to her?
Well, whatever her daughter did, she won't be doing it again.
It was really hard carrying her around because she was solid.
I would have thought that'd be easier.
Like a Solvite baby.
It wasn't anything too serious, was it?
Yeah, her leg.
Anything too serious? She's a full body cast, man!
Vic, you're a father.
I would always let them injure themselves and, in fact, encourage it. Alice, who's the eldest, I would encourage her to run into walls and not get any sympathy. So she knew what was coming. And with Louis, he was given a revolver.
I often push a pub door open and go, "You soft bastard," and then just leave my son stood there in the street. Let him face the music.
How old's your boy again?
4.
Shall we see if mollycoddling our children is up there? Yes, it is. Yes, this is the story that we're wrapping our kids in cotton wool. They're spending too much time stressed about exams and not enough playing outside. Of course, exams are a lot easier than they used to be. Apart from history, that's got harder. More things have happened. Although, thanks to rising sea levels, geography is getting much easier. Sean's team, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, I think it's your show, isn't it? The Apprentice. They've been talking about that a lot. Very popular, wasn't it? You're all over the papers, aren't you?
A little bit.
It's like a rash.
Do you think the best man won?
I'm delighted that Simon won, and I'm delighted that Christina didn't.
Ooh. Who was your favourite? Who do you like the most?
I probably like Trey the most. Yeah.
Trey is amazing.
Yeah,
I'm a bullshitter. I'm a bullshitter, I bullshit.
Who do
I'm
you
a
mean?
bullshitter. I do nothing but bullshit. I'm a bullshitter. He's an incredible character. He seemed to think bullshitting was the best possible thing in a businessman.
Doesn't Alan Sugar say, I don't like liars, cheats, bullshitters and arse-lickers? You can't help feeling the last two, he's really upped the ante there, hasn't he? Liars, cheats, he goes, bullshitters, arse-lickers. I wonder if they stopped him when he went, suckers, mother gypsies, the poor, eagles. And he really gets carried away. It's a very mainstream show.
Who do you think should have won, Danny?
I think Christina should have won, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she had a dodgy set of teeth on her, but I think she was she was more, you know, the other geezer irritated me. I just couldn't get me nut round him, but...
We're going to have subtitles for this, aren't we?
Yeah. I've not actually seen it, but I did see you in the papers. Behind a gate.
Yes.
If you're going to have sex in a field, don't do it by a gate.
Where's better, though?
Well, behind the bush.
You you've sort of come out of The Apprentice as the biggest star.
Are you going to develop a show now like Badger did? Hopkins Happy Home Bust-Ups. Hello, I'm in Cleethorpes with Jeff. He runs a small printing company, so I'm going to shag him. Well, the thing is, Jeff, once you got rid of the wife and kids, we can focus on output.
Well, that is burnt on my retina.
I bet this is quite strange for you, Katie. It's like you're trapped in a rural petrol station. No blokes filling up your car going, yeah, I bet you give it a...
Let's see if The Apprentice is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. The best thing Alan Sugar said this year was, I've got a gut feeling in my stomach. That kind of use of the English language makes me want to punch his face in the face. You've got one more to get your fingers on buzzers. Jason.
It's Prince Harry.
Prince Harry, tell me more.
Prince Harry in trouble because his lads are in Iraq and Afghanistan and whatnot, doing a war.
Doing a war?
Doing a war. Yeah, and...
How long have you been sat next to Danny Dyer?
I'm catching it, it's amazing.
They're off there doing a war.
Get all warmed up.
And he was in Canada at some sort of strip club getting boobs in his face.
I love him, that Harry. He's a raving lunatic. Out of his nut, loads of birds around, a big joint hanging out of his mouth.
Dressed as a Nazi.
Legend.
He's well up for it.
My favourite bit was he was talking to a barmaid and he didn't want to reveal his true identity. So when she said, "What's your name?" he went, "Gary." That was the best he could come up with. Prince Gary.
Danny, do you think he should have gone to Iraq?
Yeah, I think he should have got involved, definitely.
Should have got involved.
Do you not worry about him being out there, like, getting shot at and... Like, he can't camouflage, can he? Do you know what I mean? You imagine two Iraqi soldiers. Did you just see that tree move? What, the one with ginger hair? You know what I mean?
Let's have a look and see whether Prince Harry is up there. Yes, this is the story that Prince Harry visited a strip club in Canada whilst his colleagues were fighting in Iraq. A strip club is very much like Iraq. Young men getting slaughtered, bazookas everywhere, weapons going off. It's more expensive than you think when you go in. Muslims don't like it. I blame Bush. Well, at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, Vic and Katie have 2 points, Jason, Johnny and Danny have 3 points. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Our teams choose a picture and then they have to answer a question based on a related survey or statistic. OK, Sean's team, you're to go first. Pick one.
I like the people who are carrying a sturgeon.
Catfish.
It's a what's worse question. According to statistics, what's more risky, fishing or horse riding?
Well, horse riding is much more dangerous, isn't it?
You're going
This
horses?
is more dangerous because when you fall off horses, you can only fall in the riverbank, which is by rights near the edge, so not as deep as the middle, so you should be able to get out.
No one's ever tried fishing at sea, have they?
Oh, you didn't say that, did you? You didn't say that. Not all fishing. Of course, fishing's more dangerous if you're in a trawler. Now.
I think I said fishing or horse
No,
riding.
You said fishing like it's fishing. You didn't go fishing. Like commercial.
All right, let me do it again,
huge,
Sean.
big Russian ships. I mean, of course fishing's worse than a horse riding. You're living out in a trawler in the North Sea. Force 9, you've got no chance.
All right, what's more dangerous, fishing or horse riding? What is more dangerous?
Yes, thank you. Let's start again. Well, I think it's horse riding.
Final answer?
No, it's obviously fishing. If you're including all fishing, do you think I'm stupid?
I can tell you that fishing is riskier. Yeah, you're 6 times more likely to die fishing than you are horse riding, and the chances increase dramatically if you're a fish. Jason, Johnny and Danny, what picture do you fancy answering a question on?
That's number 3.
Number 3 represents hospitals.
That's not a real person. He's sick. He's made of plastic.
Look at Jimmy's hair. He might be a relative. He looks very smart.
Let's go for President Bush.
OK, you picked George Bush. It was reported this week the President of the United States had his watch stolen in Albania. It's incredible, isn't it? Legend. We polled our studio audience and asked them, if you found George Bush's watch, would you give it back to him or put it on eBay? Which way do you think they voted?
He's had his watch stolen.
He's had his watch stolen,
He's had his watch stolen, as they say, he could have taken his watch off.
He could not on his own.
Yeah.
We'll never figure that out.
But that's quite rude if he's taken his watch off. Is that saying he doesn't trust the Albanian people? That'd be a very rude thing to do. Before you met some people, you could just go, actually, before I shake your hand, I must remove this, because you're a thieving bastard.
I've had a watch stolen, and it's not nice. I was walking home, and these two lads got me from behind, right? Not like in the biblical sense. They attacked me. They attacked me from behind, and I was on the floor, and one of them, as they walked off, because they went, "Oh, give us your money or we'll beat you up," and I gave them the money, and then they beat me up, and you're like, "Oh, we had a deal, you bastards." Anyway. And I was on the floor, and one of them goes, as they walked off, one of them went, "Hey, get his watch, don't forget his watch." And he rolled up my sleeve. I had a Casio Illuminator, right? Brilliant watch, right? It sells the time in 3 different countries, right? It's England, Scotland, Wales, but it's all right, right? It's brilliant, right? And he looked at me watch, rolled the sleeve up, he saw it, he went, "Nah, sack it," and just walked off. I was like, "You'll fucking take it, you cheeky bastard." This is an audience poll, then. You've asked...
Yeah, we've asked the studio audience this evening, would they return the watch or would they sell it on eBay?
I'd say they put it on eBay, the bastards.
Yeah. You think they put it on eBay? OK. Well, I can tell you that a massive 85% of our studio audience voted to put it on eBay. So, Jason, you get the point. Well done. George Bush has stolen an election, invaded a country on false pretences, tortured, lied and not signed the Kyoto Agreement. But now his watch has been stolen. If you're watching Karma, make an effort. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean's team and 4 points to Jason's team. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I'll give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate that statistic.
Does the shoulder strap of your car cut into your shoulder? Is your shoulder strap too tight and annoying? Introducing the Teddy Bear, the cute little guy that eliminates all those problems.
My shoulder strap used to pull so tight I could hardly breathe. Now with the Teddy Bear, I really enjoy traveling again.
My wife used to always complain about the pressure from her shoulder belt. Not anymore.
And the Teddy Bear worked so great, he got one for himself, too.
Place it here, or anywhere you need to keep those irritating straps from digging in. Call and order your Teddy Bear right now.
I'd love to be a teddy bear. Here is your related statistic. 41% of women drivers would rather hit a motorcycle courier than a rabbit. What do you think?
I'm fully comp, so I don't care what I hit, really. I'll take the Pope out, doesn't matter. It's not a dilemma most women face on a regular basis, is it?
Well...
Have you ever been careering in the car?
Yeah.
You've been a motorcycle courier and a rabbit.
Yeah, and then you go on the basis of size, because the bigger thing you don't want to hit, do you?
So you're not really bothered about the moral dilemma of, like, killing a human or a rabbit? No, that's interesting.
Did they have a question as well? Would you hit a rabbit? And the woman went, no. What would you hit? Motorcycle courier?
It's really offensive to women, isn't it? In a way, it's like saying, "Oh, you don't really like hitting bunnies, do you?" Is it? Do you not find that a bit sexist?
Well, that's.
No, I just think it's limited in the choice of things you could hit.
Would you, speaking as a woman driver, you'd like more of an array of things to hit? Vic, what would you rather hit?
If it was a big rabbit, I'd go straight for it. What's the other option? A curry?
I'd like to go through Longleat at 90. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Can I just do a survey for my own personal...
Yes, of course, Vic.
Now, I've got 20 rabbits in my garden and they're eating me lettuces. Hands up who thinks I should shoot them. Not enough people. So it's the poison, then.
OK, I'm going to push you for an answer on this. 41% of women drivers would rather hit a motorcycle courier than a rabbit.
True!
All right, true. All right.
True!
Sean, what do you think?
I think it's false.
Well, I can tell you the answer is false. You get the point there, Sean? But incredibly, 11% of women would rather hit a motorcycle courier than a rabbit. I can see the logic. If you run over a rabbit, all you've got is a dead rabbit. If you run over a courier, free pizza. So at the end of that round, it is 4 points to Sean's team and 4 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Top luxury that men want in their house.
A perfumed, underlit stallion.
It's not in the top 10.
Porn.
Porn?
Porn,
as the luxury in their house. A window into Danny Dyer's world. It's a luxurious house.
No, I mean, good bit of porn, you know, right, good bit.
Is it a Fabergé egg? Just like
Look at the two guys on your team. Yeah? And imagine how much they both want a Fabergé egg. Johnny would eat fucking 8.
Next time.
Enchanted talking furniture. Like Beauty and the Beast, and when you bring a woman back, they convince her not to leave.
He's the new face of DFS.
Johnny, that would go with my idea, which is a penguin trained as a butler.
Two of them together.
Yeah. I tell you what I'd like is leather cutlery. The ultimate luxury. Like, they're looking at one with each of them a leather spoon. Lovely spoon.
Is it a duvet? Yeah. Made out of Ginster's pasties. And every morning you have to eat your way out.
A panic room.
A panic room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really for you. That would be for whoever's in the house with you. To do with water.
Taps. Jacuzzi.
That's the right answer, yeah.
Oh,
Worst faux pas at a job interview.
Is it being a...
What's the worst thing you can do at a job interview?
Yeah, probably turn it down just before you get it.
Turn it down because you didn't get permission from your mum and dad?
Oh.
Is it asking if it's all right if stock goes missing?
It's to do with being kind of a chatterbox.
Screaming.
Answering a question with a question. No.
Is it that?
I was trying to say something fucking sensible and I've nosed it now, see?
He's only got a fucking nosed it.
Talking too much.
That is a correct answer, Sean. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Jason's team have 4 points, Sean's team are the winners with 6 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Great Britain, David Walliam. Fully restored, Griff Rhys-Jones. And their team captain, Jason Manford. And facing them tonight, from Star Stories, Rhys Thomas. Here's one we made earlier, Connie Huck. And their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
And welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, Britain consumes over 400 Polo mints every second, but Britain's mum still knows Britain's been smoking. 5% of Britain's toddlers are obese, and they're known as waddlers. Almost half of all men lie to their partners about their looks to keep them happy. I do. I tell her, I'm dead good looking. I don't know what's the matter with your eyes. Right, let's get started. talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Jason, your team to go first.
Is it wag weddings? Wag weddings that happened at weekend?
4 footballers got married in, was it 48 hours?
That's right, yeah.
And they didn't get married to each other. It wasn't civil partnerships. They married ladies.
You sound a little bit disappointed.
Which footballers were they then that got married?
OK, there were
Take
4.
me through them.
John Terry.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
one.
Who does
Michael
he play
Carrick.
for?
John Terry
Chelsea.
plays for Chelsea. He's the Chelsea captain. He also plays for England.
Peter Shilton.
Did they all get married in church?
I don't know if they got married in a church. I didn't go. I don't know.
Oh, OK. Well, you just seem to be an expert on this.
All
when
right,
you
I'm trying to
started.
go through.
Oh, OK. Footballers that got married. I didn't know it. I just thought on the way we'd
John
fill in a
Terry,
picture for...
Michael
Yes.
Carrick, is that
Yeah.
right?
That's right, yeah.
One
Yeah,
of
why
the
not?
Neville brothers.
Gary Neville.
Right.
And another man.
I saw the pictures in the magazine. They all look beautiful. Some of the wags were orange with envy.
Not green, orange. It was very lavish. John Terry actually had Lionel Richie play at his wedding.
I actually, for my girlfriend's party last year, I hired a Lionel Richie lookalike.
You haven't got a girlfriend.
Eh?
You haven't got a girlfriend. How have you got a girlfriend? You're about 12.
We couldn't get Del Boy because he wouldn't come down from Derby on the train.
It's a very glamorous life you lead, isn't it, Rhys?
What's Del Boy going to do? I mean, if you get Lionel Richie down, of course he's going to look alike. He sings a bit of a song.
Fall through the bar.
He was going to fall through the bar?
Yeah.
What sort of list is this that you go, right, Del Boy can't make it? Lionel Richie, anyone? Second place. At
Gary Neville's wedding, I was proofreading. I wasn't proofreading it, that's the wrong phrase. I was going through OK magazine. Proofreading it, oh, that's right, that's what I was doing. And I was going... I was going through one of the magazines. It said, oh, Gary Neville's dad was there. Neville. I was like, it must have been a mistake. But I had a look, and he's really called Neville.
Do you think people say to him, do you mind if I call you Neville?
John Terry had pie and mash at his...
That's right, yeah, one of them had chicken and chips, and the other one had sausage and mash. They might as well have had it at Heston Services.
You wear tops like that on Blue Peter?
Actually, I have worn this on Blue Peter.
I may start tuning in.
John Terry had the best one because afterwards in the courtyard he had the Philharmonic Orchestra doing the theme from Gladiator. I thought I want to be there just, can you feel the power of the gladiators? Water! Ah, brilliant. Awooga!
Well, let's have a look and see whether the wag weddings is one of the most talked about things this week.
Number 4.
Yes, 4 Premiership footballers got married last weekend. The vicar almost stopped one of the ceremonies when the congregation started chanting, "Who's the bastard in the black?" Sean, Connie, Rhys, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
I think definitely the big furore over Salman Rushdie being given a knighthood, which has caused quite a lot of consternation all over the world. And a lot of people are very upset, particularly in Pakistan. They're very upset about it, very annoyed. They've been burning effigies of him, the Queen, basically anything they can make out of a few old socks and jumpers and newspapers.
It's about burning things all the time. Why can't I do something else rather than burn?
Anyway, so they've...
Where do they get them from? Is there an effigy shop where they go, hello, effigies? Who would you like? Salman Rushdie. We're all out of Salman Rushdie. We've got a Jilly Cooper? No? OK.
Isn't it nice to know that Pakistan pays attention to the honours list? Nobody cares at all over here. At last, Salman Rushdie's in a place to do something about it, because let's face it, that's what knights are for. They should get together, all the knights of the land. Sir Alan Sugar, Sir Paul McCartney, get on their steeds and get out there and fight with Sir Salman. That's what we want to see, isn't it?
I don't think I'd want to see Elton John versus the Taliban.
When you book Griff Rhys-Jones, you don't often assume he's going to call for a holy war, but...
Yeah. What do we think about the other honours? Ian Botham, who from the shredded wheat adverts.
Yeah.
And the beef adverts.
Yeah.
You can't do both. Either good food or bad food, Ian.
Well, both of them. He only didn't get his knighthood earlier on because he smoked marijuana. But it didn't seem to stop Paul McCartney. He was arrested trying to smuggle hash into Japan one day.
And Lennon got one, but he refused it.
Lennon got one, but he sent it back years later, didn't he?
And so did that bloke this week.
A bloke this week from Agent Provocateur.
Yeah, him.
He makes fancy pants for the ladies.
Yeah.
And he got given an MBE, and he said, no, I don't want it.
Sounds like he got his knickers in a twist.
You keep talking about marijuana and pants and stuff, and I'm like, I can't move it. Yeah, I can't.
You can't talk about those?
Not really.
You just said it, marijuana and pants.
Edit this bit out.
You'll just edit it. It'll just be, this is going to be half an hour of you going, marijuana and pants.
Loop it.
Hang on, just 1 second. What are the things you like, Connie?
Nobody around this table who has an honour, I don't think. Is
Jimmy's
there
a
apart
dame.
from the gold? Are you a dame,
It was an accident. I used to work in a factory.
I'd love to see you in a factory. Oh, the boss's son's in.
Hello, what happens here?
Those drills are very big.
Well, let's have a look and see whether the Queen's birthday honours is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is the second most talked about thing. Yes, this week the Queen announced her birthday honours list. Beefy Botham has been knighted. Surely now he'll be known as Sir Loin. Ian Botham and Alan Lamb famously starred in a series of British meat adverts, much to the annoyance of Somerset all-rounder Jeff Chicken. Right, Jason, your team, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Yeah. Come on,
Come on,
Come on, Jason, have a guess.
Speak for it.
Do you know what this is? This is when double acts haven't got their mates. That's what this is. That's what's happened there. That the prisons are full.
Oh.
Have you not heard this?
Controversial.
It is a bit controversial, a little bit of news. So the story is that they're going to release a load of prisoners now because they're full.
Early.
They're going to release them early.
They're releasing 25,000, aren't they? I assume not all at once. It's like the start of the marathon. It all comes steaming out of the prison. All straight to a bus stop. Some of them dressed as rhinos, hopefully, just for the comic.
They have said it's only going to be for petty crimes like burglary and drug dealing, which I think is a good thing because the car boot sale near me is boring at the moment.
I'll tell you what my biggest fear is going to prison. Being locked up with 4 burly, tattooed men.
Your worst fear or most of your video collection?
Thinking about it.
OK, let's have a look and see whether Prisons is up there. Yes, this is the story that prisoners are to be released early because of overcrowding. To stay in police cells, it costs £1,800 per prisoner per night. That seems like a lot of money, but it includes dinner, breakfast and tickets to a West End show. Sean, Connie and Reece, what have the nation been talking about?
Is it Bernard Manning has died?
Oh, yeah.
Bernard Manning, the famous comedian.
The headline in one of the tabs was Racist in Peace.
Racist in Peace?
It was on The Sun, wasn't it?
Can you believe that's someone's job to write those shit headlines? So some bloke comes in and goes, racist in peace, see you tomorrow. All right. That's his job. I met Bernard Manning once. I was doing a gig when I first started out. I was on stage and I did some joke about poo or wee. And when I got off stage, Bernard Manning was at the bar and he came over to me and he said, you could be quite funny, you son. He's got something wrong with his throat, right? He says,
Not anymore, he hasn't.
Not anymore. He says, you could be quite funny, you son. I said, oh, thanks very much, Mr. Manning. He said, just a little tip for you. Don't talk about wee and poo on stage. You know, people find it offensive.
You've been told you're offensive by Bernard Manning.
When I found out he was dead, I went, yay! Woo! Woo! Like that. Mainly because I think he'd make a brilliant ghost. You're sitting having your dinner and you go, little Jewish fella walked into a pub. My wife is so fat. He'd be a fantastic ghost.
What if his wife really was fat and he was just stating a fact?
Yeah. But he probably wouldn't have done it as a joke then, would he? No. My wife is so fat she hates herself and sits in her room crying all day long.
Connie, any thoughts on Bernard Manning?
Not a fan, personally.
Has he got a Blue Peter badge? Manning. He's raised a lot of money for charity. I wondered if there was some sort of way... Well, he has raised a lot of money for charity, but he was a racist, so send him a black one for a laugh.
Let's see if Bernard Manning is up there. Well, he's definitely not. He'll be in hell. Let's see if he's one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, he is the most talked about thing this week. Bernard Manning died this week. It was a black day for comedy, which he wouldn't have approved of. He'll be remembered as racist, sexist and homophobic, although we must not forget he was also a big fat fatty. Right, one more thing to get. Fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
The Glastonbury Festival, which is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Have you been talking about it? Are you going to go, David?
No, I'm not, because I've already had sex in a tent when I was in the Sea Scouts.
Fine. I'm not going on. I think I am the only person here who went to the original Glastonbury.
In 1823.
And if you vote for it, we can rebuild it.
When was that?
It was in 1971.
I was born in 1971.
Were you? Your mother didn't go to a tent in... Oh, no, never mind.
I went there last year, it's horrible. They had big beef burger things on... they were cooking about 1,000 beef burgers on steel drums. That's what sticks of hamburgers there. It's full of idiots. I hate all
You'd have loved it, I'd have thought.
It's very muddy.
You'd be like pig in shit, surrounded by idiots.
It was horrible. I didn't like any of
Homecoming.
it.
They'd have lifted you up as one of them. Carried you around. He's our leader.
Let's see if Glastonbury is up there. Yes, this weekend is the Glastonbury Festival. During the festival, Glastonbury is transformed into a city the size of Sunderland, which, if you want to spend your weekend getting robbed and watching people piss outside, is a slightly cheaper alternative. Right, at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, Reese and Connie have 2 points. Jason, David and Griff have 3 points. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Our teams choose a picture and then have to answer a question based on a related survey or statistic. Sean, Reese and Connie, you're going first.
The bodybuilding lady.
Yeah.
We have her.
That picture represents exercise, and it's a word association question. I'm looking for the top word or phrase the public said when we said exercise.
Gym.
Yeah? Oh, sorry, I thought you were...
Is it like a noise, like...
Jimmy, I'm just trying to get a picture. They just walk up to people and they say exercise. People say fuck off or
I think
go away.
Generally they tell them it's a survey. They don't
Oh,
just walk up, exercise. These people think you're instructing them to exercise.
No, because that's funny, because that's what I would say if somebody came up to me and said exercise. I'd say fuck off.
I've been going to the gym.
Have they got a vending machine?
That's my favourite one.
Yeah.
And
how much for Jaffa Cakes? This is brilliant. I'm here every day.
I started seeing this personal trainer.
When you say personal trainer, are they people that ask you questions like, how big's your cock? Did they get sex last night?
I met him in the changing rooms first before we did our session. And he was naked, right? Before we even started, naked. Now, there's something about naked men, right?
There's something about naked men.
There's something about naked men I'm not fully comfortable with. And I looked at his cock, Jimmy. I looked at his cock. Does that make me gay?
Yes, it does.
What is the answer? Come on.
He's asking you!
All right.
Yeah. It's to do with your stomach.
Six-pack.
Six-pack is the right answer. Yes. Correct. Yes, the top phrase people said when we said exercise was six-pack. OK. Jason?
Let's have me!
Yes, let's have
me!
OK, this question is about egomania. OK, 30% of women would like David Walliams what?
To finger them? Is that wrong?
It's a different survey.
OK.
So, 30% of women would like David Walliams what?
Would like Dave Williams if he wasn't a puff. The great big screaming Nancy boy.
You're obsessed with trying to out me.
I don't know about screaming Nancy boy. Sometimes he... Oh, no.
If you've had a bit of both, though, and it's still like coming out, is it? It seems as if you only come out if you're completely gay and not just a bit
You just
gay.
have to sort of half open the closet door.
The phrase you're looking for is half rice, half chips. That's what we call it in the north. If somebody's a bit of both.
All Northerners call it that.
Yeah, all of us. We all
Even
call it
Alan
that.
Bennett.
Alan Bennett does. Oh, I tell you, I was once half rice, half chips, and he does that. He does that. I don't know why he does that. He's not got food. That's just what all Northerners do.
They're nice.
I know. 32A.
B.
30% of women would like David Walliams what?
I actually know the answer. It was a survey done before Christmas, and they would like me to come round and have dinner with them.
Do you know who did the survey?
Pia d'Or, the wine people.
I'm sure it's Pia d'Or, not Saga.
That is the correct answer, yes, indeed. Yes, the answer is 30% of women would like David Walliams round for dinner. And that was a survey of the women that have slept with David Walliams, the largest survey ever conducted. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 5 points for Jason's team. The next round is Believe It or Not. In this round, I give the panellists a simple statement. All they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Cold feet and chilblains can be murder. So why not try banana socks, as worn by the Shetland fishermen, I'm reliably informed by Kate Smith of Kidderminster. They're easy to make from scraps of wool and can even be worn in bed. Aren't they lovely? Or for added warmth, what about a body warmer? Or, as Joyce Letchford from Surrey suggests, an old anorak from a jumble sale with the sleeves cut out. Just the job. Remember this jumper from the last series? Well, we've had it knitted up in lots of lovely colours. Doesn't it look gorgeous, all soft and cosy in mohair? And we're sending that to Joyce Letchford from Surrey for her body warmer. Well done, Joyce.
That was Judy Spears giving us some tips on how to keep warm and recycle at the same time. Now, here's your related statistic. 25% of Brits say they can't be bothered to recycle, even if it means the planet will die. True or false?
They've not specified which planet. Do you know what I mean? Like it was Jupiter, who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
The thing I can't work out what to recycle is, you know, the meat nappy. When you buy meat and it's got like a nappy underneath it. You know, when you buy meat in the supermarket, it comes in like a plastic thing, and then underneath it they put this nappy there to soak up all the blood.
Yeah. For some reason, calling that a nappy has made it disgusting. I've never given that a moment's thought before in my life, but I'm now becoming vegetarian.
It's a nappy.
A nappy for the meat?
Yes, I've got those out, and I'm thinking, what do? Obviously, I suck it dry. Does it go in with paper, or do I cook it? I had that argument with the bin man. There was a bit of basil sticking out the top of the bin. He said, that's garden waste. I said, it's not, that's a garnish. It nearly came to blows.
What if you wanted to throw away a rake? A broken rake or an old wheelbarrow, or maybe some pots? Where would you throw them? Garden waste?
If I had them now, I'd throw them at you. I mean, I'm honest.
I think it's true.
True.
False.
Shut up.
But we've decided we're going to say true.
Yeah, we can say true as well.
Well, no, because you've got to say false.
Well, I said
Right,
we'll say false.
Unanimous.
For the sake of it, yeah, we'll say false.
They'll say false, we've said true.
Well, I can tell you the answer is true.
Yes.
25% of Brits say they can't be bothered to recycle, even if it means the planet will die. A carbon footprint is a metaphor for the mark you leave on the Earth as you walk through your life. Of course, I don't have one, as I drive everywhere. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 6 points for Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our finals round. Here's your first one. Worst chat-up line.
You don't sweat much for a fat girl?
I'd like to take you out for dinner, but by the look of it, you've already had dinner.
Let's go.
Is it 08989999111? Do you get it? Because there's like those chat lines.
Do you know one of the most effective things, the way to meet women, particularly single women, if you're on your own, is to stand outside a bar, just have a look and see if there's any women, throw some confetti over yourself and walk in crying. That gets a lot of attention from women.
Oof, you're in luck. I've decided to go ugly early.
You're in luck I've decided to go ugly early is perhaps the rudest thing you could ever say to another human being.
I didn't say it. Not to you. It's not to you.
Don't.
It's not to
Don't.
you. Don't. It's not. No, I won't.
I don't like
Just
it.
come here. Come here.
I don't like it though.
No, it's. But... Couldn't help myself.
That's sexual harassment in the workplace.
Is it, get your coat, love, I've got a knife.
You're pretty much there with that.
Get your coat, love. You pulled.
Correct answer. Best person to have on your side in a fight.
I'd have Reese. I'd have Reese because they're bound to punch him first.
Fern Britton. She fights like she talks. Dirty.
I once knocked somebody out completely by accident. I'm quite soft, really. Basically, this bloke was kicking off with his girlfriend in a bar, and I was having a nosy, like you do, right, and just having a watch and see what it was about and stuff. And then he caught my eye and was like, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "Oh, you two fighting, like." And I shouldn't have said that. And,
well done.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question, though.
I realise now. And he come running at me, like really angry, like to hit me, and I just went. And he knocked himself out on my fist.
I'd love you to run into my fist.
I can't believe we've got Connie Huck on the show, and I'm getting the sexual harassment. Best person to have on your side in a fight. Used to be a footballer.
Vinnie Jones.
Correct. Yes, the best person to have on your side during a fight is Vinnie Jones. Of course, the worst thing about having Vinnie Jones on your side in a fight is that means you're in a Guy Ritchie movie. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Reese and Connie have 3 points. Jason, David and Griff are the winners with 7 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.